Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in here. Publicly Buzzed Murder Church. We're making it. We're gonna get in here. Moving a little bit slow this morning. I stayed up extra long editing a video for my other channel. Still working on that also. Hopefully I can get that done after we finish up here in a couple hours. Thanks everyone for coming in. Give it a share. I've seen some folks already giving some shares on the old X machine. Miss Lisa, Lisa, Miss Shorty, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And anybody else out there, if you could please give it a share, give it a like. I appreciate it. Let's go. Episode 54.
Let's rock.
Can you believe it? We are here. Another episode, my dears. Publicly Buzzed is here. What's up? Wearing a Toxic Avenger shirt. Wearing a Toxic Avenger shirt. I love the monster hero. What's up, everybody? What's going on? Yeah, I was up a little late. I woke up I set my alarm, got up normal time. 8 o'clock, I was like, here we go. I was like, no, we're not doing this. I've got to get a couple more Z's. And I did. I grabbed them right up here. But I appreciate everyone for coming in. I appreciate it. Who we got in here? Sinead coming in from Ireland right out the gate. Jersey Jen in the house. Morning, Jersey Jen. Hope you're doing good, Jersey Jen. Hope you're not getting beat too bad by snow. Snow's been crazy out here this year. I just put a picture. I think I just shared that picture. I don't even know if I fucking shared it. Pretty sure I did. Up on Twitter. If I'm not mistaken. I think I posted a picture of the snow. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm crazy. Did I not post that? You know what? I'm completely out of my mind. I don't think I did post that. I'm going to post it right now because it's crazy. I don't even know if you guys can make that out. Hold on. Look at that. You see that on my table? That's out back. That's like a foot of snow at least on the back porch table, dude. It's freaking crazy. It doesn't stop. All I've been doing is shoveling snow. It needs a few trigger warnings. Taryn in the house, Pammy in the house, Lisa in the house. What's up, everybody? Last night was incredible. The live stream last night was crazy. Shelly in the house. What's up? BGOG in the house. BGOG, I'm getting your stuff out this week. I promise. Canada, I'm going to be coming through you, baby. Miss Dina, hopefully you're doing well as well. Laura, I stayed up to about 3 in the morning. Actually, there we go. Was gifted memberships with Salty. Need to pop back to thank whoever gave it. Yeah, I was on Salty Sleuth stream last week. It was a pretty fun time. Kathy coming in here, morning. Last night was incredible though. We raised over $1,000 for the Los Angeles Fire Department Foundation and the Pasadena Humane Society. That's incredible, folks. I'm going to be making an official post about it, of course. And once I actually get those funds split and sent out to both of those foundations, I'll be making those posts on X as well, so everyone can see where their work went. That's incredible. That's crazy. And I will probably I will still be covering some more of this as the weeks go on, I'm sure. But that was an incredible night last night. Chris Stewart, again, coming through. Absolutely insane. Yeah, Oasis Cat. Right here, coming through. Jersey Jen, we had 2 inches on Friday, not too bad. I did drive to Ohio to spend Xmas with my daughter. My drive through West Virginia was a little wicked too. West Virginia's been crazy right now. That's awesome. You were through my neck of the woods. Holy shit, Jersey Jen. Hitting it up over here. Like to see it. Yeah, if anybody could, again, hit the like. We're about to jump right in here right now. We are going to be meeting Punkin Laughlin. We've been hearing about Punkin in this trial. A friend of Lana Clarkson. Is Punkin really a friend of Lana Clarkson? We're going to find out. I know she's got a couple of different parts here. We're going to see how far we get. I'm not going to be going incredibly late here. I'm still going to be trying to get this fucking video finished out, and I'd like to get it out today on my Wrestle Plunge channel. Been working on it for 3 weeks. It's an insane story, actually. I think everyone should enjoy it, honestly. It's a pro wrestling channel with a true crime element, because this story that I'm telling on this one is essentially, this female was drugged, and then you can guess what happens next. It was after a wrestling event in a bar in December of 1994, and I go into that story, and hopefully you guys will give her the old check. All right, I'm rambling. I'm getting the hell out of here. Let's get in here. Let's jump on. Again, let's see what we got here with old Pumpkin. What's Pumpkin doing? I got to ring the bells first. Hold on.
This place is dead anyway, man.
Let me make sure I got the bells up here. Hold on. Let me make sure any of this is working. I feel like I'm out of my mind. There they are. There we go. Nice. Nice. Hell yeah. Alright, let's get in here. Let's hang out for a few. I got my coffee beside me here. And yeah, let's rock and roll.
Irene Elizabeth Laughlin.
Pumpkin.
Could you spell all that for us?
Spell it all?
Yes, please.
Punkin. IRENE. ELI.
She can't spell her name. Pumpkin can't spell her name. We're in for a doozy. Pumpkin can't spell her own name.
If you sit back and hold the microphone too, you won't have to lean forward.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. All right, you may proceed.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Do you prefer to be addressed as Mrs., Ms., or Miss? I can't call you Pumpkin Pie.
Miss is fine.
I can't call you Pumpkin Pie. My name's Rosen, and I like to suck cock.
Yes, okay.
God, I hate this
The judge gave you a
motherfucker.
great suggestion. My guess about this is you're going to be on a
I can't call you Pumpkin. What's your name?
Okay.
What am I
sorry.
gonna call her?
I'm not used to
He's like
it.
Ross fucking Perot, dude. He's like the version of Dana Carvey playing Ross Perot. What's your name? I can't call you that. I'd like to call you Pumpkin. I wish I could call you Pumpkin, but I can't call you Pumpkin. I'm going to call you whatever your legal name is. What's your last name, ma'am? God, fuck this guy.
I understand. But just sit back and just use the microphone like a telephone. Just pull it right up there.
Oh, okay.
I can't call you Pumpkin.
Thank you for coming and joining us here this afternoon. You and I have met before, haven't we?
Yes.
A couple of times, correct?
Yes.
All right. Just a couple of explanations before we start your examination. It is necessary for you to answer out loud in the courtroom so that our reporter, Diana, can take it down, number one. And number two, if...
Have a seat. It's going to be like an arch nemesis villain arc, but I'm going to get... I don't think Dizzy's in here. No one tell her. I'm going to get close to Dizzy. I'm going to be like, hey, Dizzy. Man, we need to get Linda Bodden over here. When we get Linda Bodden over here, I'm like, oh, yeah, Linda, I loved your work in Phil Spector, which I do like her work in Phil Spector. It's fine. But I'm just going to get a little bit closer to this individual that she sits beside in 2007 named Rosen that we fucking hate. And I'm going to see if there's any kind of information I can find. And then I can't tell you anymore.
Fine. That was some question. You just tell me and send me to Mr. Dixon or Mr. Jackson. I don't know who's going to cross-examine you. But let us know if you don't understand a question, okay?
Okay.
And finally, just one word of caution. It's a little different than
Hey, look
when
at him.
we're
He's
in
still
social
explaining
conversation
shit.
with our family and friends. It's very important in the courtroom for the reporter to take down every word that you say. Not so important she gets my words, but she tries to. So please don't speak until I have finished my question. You may think I finished it, but I might add something in which would change the whole question. So just hold on until I stop. And
Stop, dude!
Answer.
For fuck's sake, man, it takes 2 seconds. Like, it's a one sentence that you need to relay to her. I don't even think you've gotten this far. You've asked which name you should use, and now you're just using this time to continue to use some kind of weird forceful power that you think that is impressive in front of Judge Fiddler. I don't know what's happening right now, dude, but I fucking can't handle this.
I'll try real hard not to interrupt you. Okay?
Okie doke.
All right. And with those few comments, let's begin our discussion here this afternoon. Ms. Laughlin, prior to coming here today, did you have a friend named Lana Clarkson?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And would you share with us, when did you first meet Lana?
October 30th or 31st, 1993. It was a Halloween party, but I had 2 that year, so.
I'm sorry, it was a Halloween party, but
I had 2 that year, so it was the 30th or the 31st,
okay.
1993.
We like to party, baby.
And were you friends with Lana up until February 3rd of 03?
Yes, I was.
Okay.
Drew Gambino coming in hot. She looks like she combed her hair with a balloon. Her and Linda Kinney Bodden must go to the same hairdresser around this time frame right here.
How would you describe your friendship with Lana Clarkson? Just Tell the jury. Turn and tell me how you describe her.
She was my very best friend in the whole wide world. She was my family. I don't have a big family. She was my mother, my sister, the best date you ever had because she was always on time. And she was the funniest person I ever knew. And
Dude, this lady loved the
loved her
80s.
with
You can tell right now she fucking killed the 80s, bro. She did so much blow.
all my heart.
She would have been a perfect fit in the Toxic Avenger.
Have you ever been closer to anyone else in your life?
Never. Never.
You met her in October, either the 30th or the
Good going,
31st of
Shirley. I've been putting a lot of work into this one.
Mm-hmm.
So the last, I'm going to be all over the fucking place, so just prepare. But the last couple of wrestling videos that I've made haven't done great, and I think it is because I haven't put my whole fucking heart and soul into it. I'm talking in editing, in the script, in all of it. And some of the other ones that have done better, that is what I have done. I've made sure that all the T's are crossed and I's are dotted in it. Some of the other ones I'm like, yeah, let's just get this out there, dude. And I'm trying. I want it to to pop.
Yes.
And
So many
would I be
background
correct in
noises, like the
assuming
background sound
that your
effects are
friendship developed
layered.
as time went by.
Layered.
Yes.
And you weren't instant, immediate
Wish I had
best
more time.
friends. That took time to
I
develop.
think I worked like
correct?
5 or 6
It
hours.
took
on
time, but we bonded very quickly in a very short time, yes.
So you were friends for approximately a 10-year period, a full decade, correct?
Correct, yes.
How well do you think you knew Lana Clarkson, say, in the beginning of the relationship, the middle of the relationship, and then towards the end of the relationship, leading up to February 3rd of 03?
Well, of course, in the beginning, we worked on our friendship. I didn't know her as well. The middle became better and better. We were fast friends and tight, very, very tight in those years. And then towards the end, I felt I was the closest person to her, and she was the closest person to me.
Dude, Rosalind's insane.
Would it be fair to
Which
say
this
that
is
you
a,
and Lana...
if I'm not mistaken, this is a defense witness. I mean, the fieriness is probably going to come if we get Alan Jackson up there
exchange
with
confidences,
her.
Of course, yes.
intimacies,
Yes.
problems,
Everything.
good times, bad times.
All of the above.
Tell the jury, if you would, obviously in the beginning of the relationship you did not see as much of one another or converse with one another as much as you did towards the end, I'm assuming. Is that correct?
We conversed a lot from the get-go, from day
Of course,
one.
the
We
will
sort
is
of
wide
felt-
open
we
here
sort of
tonight,
felt like-
guys.
Does this echo?
I didn't plug that earlier, but yeah, will is wide open. I think we may even have a couple of names already on the will, and we're going to be giving away some awesome stickers here if we can get a couple of those out.
When here, is that me?
It's the microphone.
Okay. Oh, God. I'm in the music business, so it sounds kind of funny. Anyway,
I promise you we're in a courtroom.
sounds weird.
I'm in the music business, so it sounds kind of funny. Oh God! Excuse me while I hack up a lung also real quick.
Someone should fix your sound. Anyway, okay.
Oh my God! The sound's actually really good. It's not bad.
From
Some of the best mic'd work that I've seen in a trial.
the beginning till the end, we were
I'm no
very
professional,
close, very tight friends.
Pumpkin.
And
We'll listen to- we'll take the
that
professional
night, actually,
opinion
in
of
the limo,
Pumpkin
it was sort of like
Laughlin.
we found our soulmates.
It was in the music business. What did she do in the
And
music business?
we sort of had our
Let's see.
background of our life that was very similar as well, because we grew up in rural areas, and so we sort of had that, earthy background.
All right. Let me focus you on, say,
Instagram.
from 2000
Wow.
to 2003. If you would help us here and tell us, how often would you see Lana? How often would you talk to Lana, say, on a weekly basis?
Well, first of all, Lana was a morning person, and I am not.
She still likes to party.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, sorry, overruled. She may answer.
So when I'd wake up in the morning, I would already have 3 or 4 phone calls from her on my phone message machine, telling me where she is and what she's doing and what happened the night before and
This is Pumpkin Laughlin now.
where's she going today and who she saw that I knew. And so I'd always
Pumpkin
wake up
pie.
to Lana.
Okay.
And So we spoke, I mean, every single day, unless we got in an argument or, got mad at each other for a while or something.
Still trying to see what she did in the music
we
industry.
talked like every single day, basically.
During that time period, say 2000 to the beginning of 2003, okay?
She's still living it up, baby.
3-year period. How often would you see each other on
Wonder
a
how
weekly
she's been in the
basis?
fire.
I understand you
She's been
spoke
affected by
every
the
day.
fire.
How often would you see each other face
was
to
pretty,
face,
boy.
roughly?
Well, it's hard
Oh,
to say
there she is
because
with
I
Lana.
do nightclubs for a living. So she basically
That's
came
her and-
a lot
that's her and
to
Lana
my clubs
Clarkson.
if I didn't see her.
The person that, again, allegedly, well, not allegedly, because he was convicted for it later on, the murderer, Phil Spector's, the person that we're here for, Lana fucking Clarkson.
On a daily, I didn't see her on a daily basis. She lived in one spot, I lived in another. She did things during the day. I worked from home during the day, so we didn't see each other every day. But I did
Rolling
nightclubs
Stone?
2 or 3 times a week, so she'd pretty much
So
come
she
out and see
definitely
me
loved
when I did
cocaine.
my
That dude
clubs
loved
if I
heroin.
didn't see her on a weekend or something like that.
All right.
Good times are
This is
on
going to
here,
get asked
though.
either by me or by Mr. Dixon or Mr. Jackson, so we might as well bring it out. You say you did nightclubs. Why don't you explain to
Oh,
the
yes,
jury what you
Lana.
mean by that?
I'm a club promoter. I do nightclubs with live music, and I'm sort of a live musicaholic. That's
Club
why I'm
promoter,
commenting about
okay.
the microphone.
There's tits in that one.
I bring in bands
YouTube
and
don't see it, probably.
musicians
Those are
from all
small.
over
It's
the
hard to
world
see.
that come and play at my clubs, and we do live music. So that's sort of my forte in LA. That's why people know me.
Interesting.
I do live music. And so I would sometimes, months would go by where I'd do 3 clubs a week, Tuesday,
Okay.
Wednesday, Thursday night. Sometimes I'd only do a Tuesday or a Thursday night, but it was
Laura,
weekly.
welcome in. Good
so
morning.
a lot of my friends in LA would come and, see the live music and come hang out at my clubs, basically.
Did Lana ever come to any of your club events?
Yeah, constantly.
All
yeah.
the time?
Whenever she could, absolutely. Her and I had one huge thing in common besides animals, which was music. We absolutely love music. Matter of fact, I have an entire list of rock concerts that we went to together.
All right, well, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Like I said, you're going to be up there for a while.
Oh, great.
Good news, bad news.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me interject here a different name, okay? Let me ask you about somebody by the name of Jennifer Hayes.
Yes,
Do you know that name?
of course.
Tell me about Jennifer Hayes. How did she fit in with you and Lana, if at all?
Yeah, no, she did. Oh, gosh, we were thick as thieves. My span of this town has been quite a long time. So we have groups
got
of
you, Sinead.
friends at certain increments in
one of
this
your names?
lifetime that become best friends. One of mine's right over there right now. That was my best friend for a very long time with Lana and I. Then,
You don't mean any of the participants in this trial.
no. She's here watching.
You're not referring to Mr. Spector.
No.
You just looked
I
at
thought
that
she
door.
was
No,
too.
I'm sorry. No, she's
I thought
in
she
the
was
back.
referring to
I just
Spector
wanted to
too. I was
clear
like,
that.
Yeah, I'm
damn.
sorry.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No. And so there's different
All right,
increments
Sinead,
of
yeah,
time
like
where
the next time you come
we
through,
become
is that what you're
very
saying?
close friends with people in this town. Lana and I sustained 10 years of being very, very, well, I say best friends. She was my best friend in the whole wide world, ever. And
I probably went back then either.
so when
ain't gonna
Jen
lie.
came into the picture.
There we go. I was
about,
waiting on her, Sinead. I got you, baby.
8
Thank you. $5.99
years ago, I believe.
from Miss Charlotte from
Her and I became
England.
friends first.
UK.
For about
huh?
a year.
2
And then a
UK
year
ladies
and a half,
out here
something.
doing the damn thing.
She remembers it better than I do. And then she would come to my club and she
Europe-
met
Europe
Lana
loves some Publicly
at
Buzzed.
one of my events. And then we became sort of, thick as thieves, like the Three Musketeers, because people move on, one
We're
or
going to
other
do a European tour here soon. We're going to be hitting Ireland. We're coming the fuck
best
around.
friends got married and had babies. People graduate. Unfortunately, we didn't. But anyway.
All right, so, excuse me, Mo, I got to slow you down here.
Oh, my
You're covering a lot of
God.
ground.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm-
That's okay. Just
Nothing
take a
happened
deep
there.
breath.
Am I insane? Literally nothing happened, and he's already like, I hope that. Well, hey, whoa. Well, she was done. Her statement was finished. You now go. You continue. That's how a back and forth works. It doesn't start with you going, hey, whoa, hold on, let me just get the reins here. Oh, Nelly.
Coffee right now, trust me. Freaking out.
Just take a deep breath and we'll slow down here a little bit. So as I understand it, you met Lana first,
Yeah, yeah,
then you met Jennifer,
yes,
and through you, Jennifer and Lana met.
correct.
So you were the bridge for the two of them.
Yes,
And then once the two of them met, as I'm hearing your testimony, what you're saying is you became, to borrow your phrase, like the three musketeers
Yes.
or
Gotta hit
musketeerettes or
Australia.
whatever's the politically correct term.
If we're
Exactly.
getting money,
Okay.
I'm going to go to so many cool places.
Would it be
like
fair
all-
to
I
say
wanna see all you
that
guys
as
go. I want to see
the
all
years
these
move
countries.
forward, from 8 years ago when
Never
Lana
happens.
was already in your life and Jennifer came into your life, that
Then again,
she
I-
also, like Lana, became
Can't
closer
fly.
to you
Voting
Oh, yeah.
there.
and closer to Lana.
oh, yeah.
You get a wrap.
And by the way, and some of the other friends then sort of faded further
Yes, I
away,
understand.
as people do.
And as we get into that time period of 2000, 2001, 2002, leading up to the first month of 2003, again, if I asked you the same question, did you become more friendly and closer with Jennifer as you did with Lana? Your answer would be?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey, morning. Welcome in to church.
Do you think
Starting it hot.
anybody knew Lana better than you did, say, from 2000 to 2003?
Speculation.
Overruled, I'll allow her to answer.
I wouldn't think so, but I don't want to be presumptuous, but
Okay. Let me ask you something. During this time period, did you said that Lana would come to your club. I assume Jennifer would too?
oh, yeah.
Okay. Did you and Jennifer and Lana spend time outside of the club setting?
Oh, yeah.
There was like, would you go to lunch together?
Yes.
Go to dinner together?
Well, they both came down when my cat went to the emergency room and was dying.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Did you and Lana ever travel together and go places together?
Yeah.
Okay. And did you
yeah.
engage in celebrations together, such as, for example,
I can't-
birthdays or
I know, I'm being
anniversaries or
crazy
New
with this
Year's
guy.
or Halloween
God,
parties?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to show you some photos.
Okay.
Okay? And I'm going to ask you some questions about these photos, okay? All right. Jen, could we please have 0016, please?
Is this something that needs to be marked?
It does.
Okay. And next is L.
Your Honor,
Yes.
may I drink water?
Yes, you may.
He's like, no. He's like, Your Honor, may I drink vodka? I mean water.
Okay. And could you blow that up a little bit, Jen, please?
Got
Thank
it.
you. You recognize this photo?
Yes.
Lana?
Were you present when this photo was taken?
Yep.
It's a rough week. That was a rough week. We were on a multi-week bender, and we didn't brush for days. You can see it got a little blacked up there. It's a little out of control.
Where was that photo taken?
What is
San
that?
Francisco at
Is it lighting? Am I having a stroke?
Something like
Is her
that.
teeth not
Moomba's, something
gold?
like that.
What was that, a restaurant?
Yeah. Momo's.
Momo's.
How do you spell it?
I don't know.
Okay.
Your guess is good.
If I spell it, I'll reveal something about me. I
Yeah.
think it's M-O-M-O.
Let's sound it out.
M-O-M-O apostrophe.
It's over by the ball field, by the big new something, space ball field or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
And were you there with Lana that evening?
Yeah, I have pictures here.
Did you take this photo?
I don't know.
All right, but you remember this.
Yeah.
Would you take a look? There appears to be a table, and on the table there appears to be some glasses, some stemware, and what we're able to see here, the upper portion of what at least looks like to be a bottle of alcoholic beverage of some sort. You see that?
Yes.
Turning your attention to the glass to the right, it appears to have some yellowish liquid in it. Do you recognize that?
Whoa.
I'm just asking, do you recognize the glass with some yellowish liquid?
Oh, yeah. I mean, can I see there's a glass of tea? I'm like, wow. I recognize that. But
Are you
yes.
familiar with Lana's drinking habits and her drink of preference at that time?
Well, I mean, she doesn't really have a drink of preference.
Okay. Well, when she would drink, what would she drink?
But Judge, assumes facts not evidence
Sustained.
based on that answer.
Well,
Let me answer it this way. Were you present when Lana would consume alcoholic beverages?
yes,
Judge,
of course.
based time.
Be more specific and make it relevant.
It's AJ.
Well, that was
Hey,
earlier.
Jack.
Now, there's no question pending. Go ahead.
Hang on a second. Let's go slow. First of all, Where was, this celebration was at Momo's, correct? What was it?
George
Alan
Mead's
Jackson.
50th birthday party.
Can you spell Mead?
MEAD, like the paper.
Okay. And was alcoholic beverage being consumed at this party?
Of course, it was a birthday party.
Did you have some alcohol?
Of course.
Did Lana have alcohol?
Yes.
I guess my objection is, I don't know, when was this?
We need to know when the party was.
Oh, I can tell you.
Please do.
October, probably around the 7th, 2001. His birthday is October 7th, 2001.
All right. You may proceed.
And I'll just put an objection as to this photograph and anything having to do with this photograph relevance. It has no relevance to it
Well,
based on that answer.
we're going to see what the questions are. It's a little early, so the objection at this point is overruled. We'll see what happens with it. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Okay. And was Lana drinking that evening?
Well, yeah, it was a birthday party.
Okay. And do you know Lana to be drinking tequila?
Well, yes,
Okay.
on occasion.
Objection, move to strike. It's vague as to time and has nothing to do with this.
Just make it relevant to the time period. The question
Sure.
was too open-ended. Sustain.
Not a problem. Let's start big and then make it smaller. In 2001, at the time that this birthday party occurred, did Lana drink tequila?
Yes,
To your knowledge, was she drinking tequila that evening?
yes.
Can we have the next picture, Jen? Which
Did this get marked 8K?
No.
it has been marked
To be L.
L.
L. Yes. Octuple L.
Yes.
There's old fuckface. Fuckface sighting.
And I want to put another photo up there.
The ghoul has arrived.
Have people seen this photo?
We have them all.
No, but before, but it's the one you're going to use. Show them the one before.
I'm not going to publish it first, I just wanted to make
Okay.
Rosin
that's
likes
fine.
to fucking argue for a man that likes to try to put everybody in their place, doesn't he? He's out here just doing some horse shit. Let's see if this works. I'm trying to make a little thing for what we did last
No,
night.
don't publish it yet, please.
See if this works. Gotta take the green screen off.
Now, Your Honor, I have another photo.
I'm
now that's
talking
been marked
myself.
next in
That is
order.
right.
M.
And you see that photo?
Yes,
Okay, and who's in the photo?
Lana and I.
All right. And Lana's on the right,
Yep,
and you're the young lady with the sunglasses, yes?
and the brunette hair.
The tasseled brunette hair.
Exactly.
Okay, and where is that taken?
That's taken at my beach, Redondo Beach, California, on 4th of July. I don't, we'll have to look up the year, but 4th of July.
Okay.
I think 95.
Okay. And
95.
Gotta take off the screen.
I have another photo, Your Honor. I'd ask that it be marked.
Please show it to the picture.
Yes, of course.
Next one would be N.
Well, it's hard to see the Pasadena one and the money. Hold on, I might be able to fix that.
No, not right now. You can't.
Jen, please, about this. That's it. Okay. And if you take your attention and turn to the screen, you see the two folks up there?
Yes?
And are you in that picture?
Yep.
And which one are you?
The one on the right?
And you have something in your hand?
Yes, my birthday champagne.
All right. And is Lana in the picture?
Yep.
And she's on your right, but on our left.
Yes, correct.
All right. And when was this taken and where was this taken?
At level 1 for my birthday, October 20, around the 20th, 2002.
Okay.
It was our last birthday together.
All right.
Except I wore the wrong tiara, which says Happy New Year.
Thing
but
later.
Anyway. I didn't know it.
Yeah, this lady's made some money promoting. It looks like she still does it. Like she's still out here doing that in Hollywood. And I do wonder about how she's been affected by the fires. Old punk. Oh, what did she do on Dr. Phil?
Could you please publish that to the jury, Jen?
Right?
Yes, and I was going to ask her if we
I'm
could
not
have
the
this
only one
marked
that saw
next in
that.
order, which is O, I believe. Correct.
I would object to this photo, and I guess I need to approach.
All right.
Really?
Go ahead and mark those.
Whoa.
We're drawing near recess.
The one that I'm going to show next, could I have this marked defendants next in order? Are we at
Octuple P.
P?
P.
And I have one more, can we have that marked Q?
All right.
All right, so that'll be P8 and Q8, is that right?
Yes. I'm sorry. You're
O and
looking
P,
ahead of me.
okay. So we did actually mark it as O.
Yes, we did.
Guys
and then we
are
came up to
roasting
discuss
her.
it.
Got it, okay.
Love it.
Could we publish that, please, Jen?
Dude, same Oasis cat. And I made it.
Oh.
Still have nightmares. Dude. I know, like, after a
Okay.
big break, going back, it's
And,
the worst feeling. It's like,
I
it
asked
makes
you
it
to take
feel
a
so
look at
forward,
this
you don't know what to
picture.
do. Takes a minute to get back in the
Do you
vibe.
recognize this?
By tomorrow morning, you'll feel
Yes,
And who are the two people in the photo?
Lana and myself.
And you are which one, on the right or the left?
The left,
And Lana?
it. Man, she looks so different.
on the right.
Okay, and where was this taken, and what was this about? Obviously, it looks like a birthday party.
My birthday, again. You asked if we celebrated birthdays. I think so.
Okay.
My birthday, October 20th, 94 at Bar 1.
At where?
Bar 1
Where?
on Sunset.
What is are
Is
you
now-
saying Bar 1 or Bar Win?
Bar 1.
Bar 1, a
Bar
club,
One.
a restaurant,
Yeah,
a bar?
Back in the day, it was like one of the number one clubs in town.
Dina,
Okay, was
Tara,
Lana there and you were there?
Yeah.
Seeking Justice.
My birthday.
Was there
Lisa,
alcohol
and all of
beverage
you guys, thank
consumed
you for
there?
the shares on
At your
this.
birthday?
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Okay. And could we have the next photo, Jen, would you please? And that will be defendants P8. I do. 0025.
Pokemon, hell yeah.
I wanted
just
to
saw
blow
your,
this up for
I'm
us,
actually
please.
retweeting.
Your Honor, may I go over to the jury
retweeting-
box and make sure they can see these?
Posting your
Oh, there we
post.
go, we're fine.
Retweeting.
Okay. Turning your attention to that photo, do you recognize that photo?
I
Yes.
speak
Do you recognize the
English.
parties in that photo?
Oh,
Yes.
Okay, and who are the two persons depicted in defendants P octuple?
Myself and Lana.
You're on the right, she's on the left as we view the photo?
Yes.
What, go ahead.
That's the same birthday.
All right, and what are in your hands?
What?
What's that in your hand and in her hand?
With glass.
And in the glass?
Looks to me like it would have been a mimosa or something.
Okay,
I don't really remember. It was 1994.
okay, can we have the next photo, please? The one below it? And do you recognize the parties in that picture?
Yeah.
And again, you and Lana.
Yeah.
Lana's on your right, our left, and you're on the right?
Yes.
Okay, and I notice you folks have something in your hands again that you're drinking. Do you remember what that was?
That's when we arrived in Jamaica, and I think that's our first toast, and I think it was some sort of like a coconut something.
Some kind of tropical drink without the colored umbrella in it?
Yeah.
Okay. And you said this was in Jamaica.
Yep.
You and Lana went to Jamaica together? Is that yes?
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Remember, no uh-uhs and uh-uhs.
I'm sorry.
That's okay, it's okay.
On that note, we've reached the recess hour. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be in recess until Monday at 9:30. Keep in mind the admonition. The witness will return at that time. Thank you. Do I owe the pleasure? The parties are present without the jurors and alternates.
Why would you say to them, you always look at me? It's not me.
I can't help myself.
I'll tell you right now why he's always looking at you, you son of a
Two
bitch.
quick things.
Larry Fiddler's a man of the people. He's a good one.
Discussions that we were going to call Gibson next, and we've agreed to make a written
Sheila,
offer
what's
proof
up?
under seal
Morning.
that's appropriate to the
Whatever
court
time it
record.
is.
Okay,
Wait,
we'll
it's
do
not
that
even- yeah,
this morning.
Yes.
And,
11:50
give
years.
the people a copy and so forth. And also, we need to know when the people are going to rest. In other words, we're ready to hopefully let them wrap up their case, but we need to know, for scheduling purposes, when their last witnesses, if there is a last witness coming.
Oh yeah, Joe.
In other words,
Oh yeah,
there's
dude,
a lot
Joe. All right, Joe, what's up, man? Welcome in here. So I loved your comment yesterday. So Joe has been going through and watching these, and he was giving me hell. He was giving me hell in the comments after some of these. He's like, I talk too much, I go a little too hard. I would just delete them. I didn't actually register them. That's a pretty regular thing to get a lot of hate doing this. But the last comment I did reply to, because he was like, you know what? I've watched all these. I really like the Spector, and like Steve, it's grown on me, which is whatever. But that was really cool though. That's awesome, man. It is a lot more fun live, like interacting, and if I do the pausing and stopping, I totally understand if like you're just trying to watch the trial and then there's this guy randomly here, but I guess there's nowhere else to really watch it unless you are on court TV. But welcome the hell in here, Joe. That's awesome.
Hey, Your Honor.
Okay, likely on Monday.
So Stan White on Monday, the rest of time we'll be ready to go then. Should we get other witnesses?
We will, as we expect
Working on
from them, we
coffee.
will let them know of any further witnesses that we plan to call.
Thank you. That's fine. That's all I wanted to declare.
Thank you.
We'll have our witness here back.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, we're going to keep moving. Punkin on the stand still. We're going into number 2. We got 56 minutes with more Rosen and Punkin. We're on video 143, guys. We still have a long time. And Joe, yeah, you caught it pretty quick, actually. That's impressive, too. Everyone, thank you all so much. Really appreciate it. Again, the will is in play. We've had it's growing. Sinead was nice enough to give us a little bit of loot on that today. Last night, and I didn't get to get the graphic because it just now screwed up on me, but we raised over $1,000. All right. We did a live stream here on YouTube and on Kick. Chris Stewart, it was his idea even out the gate. But for the Los Angeles Fire Department Foundation and the Pasadena Humane Society, we made $1,000 to split between these two great foundations with what's going on in the face of the fires and the blazes in California. Incredible. I couldn't be prouder of the Buzz Nation, man. Fucking dope. Like crazy. Just a small channel able to do something like that, I think, is fucking cool.
And thank you for rejoining us and coming here this morning. When we broke on Thursday, as I recall, and thanks to Diana's help, I had just asked you about if you and Lana had ever traveled together, and I had mentioned, did you and Lana go to Jamaica together? And I'm looking at your answer. It says, And I can show you how this looks. So
Yes.
That's why we asked for yes and no's. Okay. And that was a vacation the two of you took together?
Yes.
Okay. Did the two of you travel to other places together?
Yes.
Where else did you go?
Palm Springs and San Francisco, sort of, because we met up in San Francisco.
Okay. And these vacations together, these trips together, I assume they took place over the length of the relationship. They weren't all bunched together at one time, were they?
Yes.
Okay. I want to turn your attention to a couple of other areas, okay? You indicated that you had been friends with Lana starting somewhere around the mid-'90s up until the time of February 3rd in 2003. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And I
Calling
think
for
we
more
had
snow
discussed,
here, dude.
and I'm just bringing us forward from Thursday, and I think one of the things we had discussed is how, in fact, the relationship changed in the sense that as you got to know her better, you became closer and closer friends.
Yes.
Okay. And I think you told us last week that, in fact, you consider Lana your best friend. Is that true?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Over what period of time did you consider her your very best friend?
We were just thick as thieves almost from day one, but of course it grew into the best friendship I ever had.
Okay.
So,
And would it be fair to say then, looking from, say, let's move from the 90s to say we'll use 2000 as kind of a benchmark, okay?
Mm-hmm.
If we look at 2000 and move forward to 2003, the very first part of 2003, would I be correct in assuming that during that 2-year plus period, you consider yourselves the very best of friends?
oh yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about, during that time, did you know Lana you knew her to be an actress, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Did you ever see any of the work that she did?
Yes,
I wanted to direct...
commercials and things.
Okay, I wanted to direct your attention actually to a particular piece of work that we understand that she participated in, and I believe the name of the show was Vice Girls. Did you ever see that?
Yes.
And would you, without getting into, we don't need from start to finish, but was that a movie? Was that a little vignette? What was that?
I believe it was a low-budget movie that was released on DVD.
Okay, and Lana was in that?
Yes.
And you saw her ply her trade and perform her acting skills in that, is that
Yes.
correct? In looking at that, did you happen to notice whether or not there was ever any scene or scenes?
Objection, this is irrelevant.
It depends on when you approach the bench.
Okay, let me re-ask the question, all right? Did you have an opportunity to look at the movie?
Yes.
And in the course of viewing the movie, was there a scene or scenes where you saw Miss Clarkson with a weapon, a handgun?
Yes.
What did you see?
She played a police officer, a vice girl.
Okay,
So she packed a gun.
okay. And in the movie itself, in some of the scenes, she actually had the gun in her hands, didn't she?
Yes.
Okay. You indicated, I believe, and I want to take you back to another area that we had not discussed.
She was really like a B-level movie actress. Like, she didn't have like a crazy career. She appeared in some A-level movies, but she was always kind of just a side person or wouldn't even have lines, you know. She was really, I mean, just to be blunt about it, she was kind of a body from Hollywood. But she did make lots of B-level movies where she would be more of a kind of treated as like a star, as you can imagine in those. But yeah, she didn't really... By this point in time in 2003, like, as we've learned, you know, her career was drying up pretty quickly. Like, she was again working this regular job at a restaurant as a waitress just to make ends meet. You know, she was down on her luck. You know, it's a tough gig for that level of actress or actor. But yeah, unfortunately, you know, and again, that's subjective, right? Is she a good actress? You know, I need to revisit a movie. I know I've seen Black Scorpion, which is one of the last ones that she made. But honestly, even when I'm thinking about that, when I went and looked up the film, I was like, oh, she's probably the Black Scorpion, the lady that was inside this costume. No, she wasn't even that character, which was the main character in the movie. So I'd have to revisit to even remember. Jersey Jen coming through $5. Can't do much right now, but I have been trying to win those stickers for months now. Jersey Jen, get with me in my Gmail immediately, please. You have been incredible. You are one of the coolest and kindest persons that I've ever met, and I will make sure that you get some stickers, lady. Get at me, and I mean it. You were on the wheel either way, but you were going to get some stickers. You have seriously been one of the coolest people I've ever met. But yeah, thank you all, everyone, for hanging out this morning. I really appreciate it. We're going to keep on rolling, baby.
Last week. After February 3rd of 03.
Dude, I've thought that.
Were you
yeah.
contacted by
Find a good
law
one.
enforcement?
Let me pop up our IMDb. Let's take
Yes.
a look at it, shall we?
Was that a gentleman, a Detective Richard Tomlin from Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department?
Yes.
And did he speak with you on or about that?
So let's pop her up over here real quick. Get Lana's IMDb up. Let's make sure we can see everything. And you can get some good glimpses here of, you know, how she would have looked back in the day. She's probably making more movies in the 80s. And I did see, it looks like she did start to make a little bit of softcore porn as well in here, as you can see. So that's definitely probably down on her. But look at this. She's in Scarface, right? She's in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. But again, I'm sure she's like a side character in these movies. And again, used, I would imagine, for her body, for her face, because she was a hot lady from that time period. Like right here, Black Scorpion it was like an HBO movie. Yeah, Roger Corman. Maybe she was Black Scorpion. Like, that kind of looks like her face, but when you go down here looking, she didn't play Black Scorpion. Black Scorpion was Michelle Lentil, and I don't even see her like listed in here. You know what I mean? Like that they list these by like basically by the fame of the actors, and she's not even in the listing of this film. And this is already a low budget film. But let's get down here. Let's really get down here to when she would have been probably making the most money and doing the best. Right here, right out the gate. Yeah, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Miss Vargas. Again, I would imagine that is I guess a teacher maybe. And I guarantee it won't even be listed here. It's going to be such a small character. Yeah, not even in some of the first listings. So it might be like a freaking hunt to find her in some of these films. Deathstalker. Now, Deathstalker's another B movie, but it's also a really fun one. See if we get Lana named in this one right out the gate. Oh, we do. Okay, this is one we should watch. Lana's billed pretty high up. So Deathstalker. And also, dude, it looks like a crazy fantasy movie. It's been a long time since I've seen this. I have this on a hard drive. I'm not the biggest fantasy film fan, but like they can be pretty fun to watch, especially if you've got a good buzz, because they're just so outlandish, but they're really cheesy. Like they're incredibly cheesy. Maybe we'll watch some Deathstalker, 1983. We're just going to live in the 80s here in PubliclyBuzzed. She was in an episode here. One episode of Three's Company. Like that type of shit. Against a woman at Babylon Club in Scarface. She was on one episode of The Jeffersons. So she was on one episode of Knight Rider in 84. I love Knight Rider. Big Knight Rider fan. The A-Team. Barbarian Queen. Here's another low-budget fantasy type film, and there she is, and I bet she will be, yeah, she's the main one in this one. This might be the one we should watch, because she's the main lady in Barbarian Queen from 1985. I'm not going to play too much of this. There you can see her, okay. But again, these are really low budget films. Let's see if Barbarian Queen shows how much it costs to make. Just out of interest, even in the 80s here. It might not say. Yeah, it would have said in here, I believe. Yeah, lower budget films usually doesn't have something like that. Let's just dig just a little bit further after Barbarian Queen, because we're just down in the mid-80s. She was working her ass off in the 80s here. The Love Boat. Barbarian Queen 2. She got a sequel here in 90. 2 episodes of Night Court. Wings, Silk Stockings, which was kind of like a sexy show that was on cable, I believe USA Network. Now, here's where we're going to get into the softcore. I believe Vice Girls is probably a softcore Cinemax style porn. 3 sexy cops will have to go undercover to catch a ruthless pornographer who is murdering young runaway girls. So usually these films are pretty fun. Actually, this one looks pretty sweet. I actually knew that actor right there. This dude is actually in Nightmare Sisters. That one's probably a good one. That one might be, I don't even know if would be considered softcore. That one might be more like comedy, sexy comedy. But let's get up here a little bit further. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I saw that one and thought that she was doing softcore, and I might have been putting that on her because, yeah. Yeah, actually, I don't think so. She worked with Mickey Rourke here. Yeah, maybe I'm going to take back the softcore thing. Vice Girls actually looks like a fun film. We might watch that one because it looks like it's up my alley. But yeah, she had an interesting career.
That particular day, February 3rd, 03, at approximately 9:50 at night.
Yes.
And was that an interview that was in person?
Yes. He came to my house.
Okay. And you had already been given the terrible news, is that correct?
What I missed?
Yes.
Okay.
First of all, BGOG.
And when he came to your house, how would you describe your state of mind, your state of affairs at that point?
Devastated and distraught.
Okay. And when you spoke with him, it was a short interview. It wasn't a very lengthy one, is that right?
It seemed like forever.
Okay. And when you spoke with him, do you know whether or not he tape recorded this interview that you had with him?
I still have not, but I did finish The Penguin.
And did he ask you questions about Lana?
Yes.
Okay. And you spoke with him about Lana, correct?
And then I've spent about 15 hours editing my new video that should be coming out today on WrestlePlay.
Yes.
Okay. At that time, did you tell him everything that you knew about Lana?
Pity the Fool would be a good soundbite, too. Pity the
Did you
Fool.
speak with him at all about the depression?
No,
Did you speak with him at all about, and we'll get to this, not at the moment, but we're going to get to this a little later this morning. Did you speak with him at all about conversations that you had had with Lana very close to the time of February 3rd?
no, I was sort of like a deer caught in the headlights.
Okay, what do you mean? Explain that.
I was scared and concerned.
And therefore, did you, at that point, make a decision to kind of protect Lana?
Objection, this is leading.
Rephrase the question.
When you spoke with Mr. Tomlin, did you speak with him in any manner that, in your mind, triggered a sense of loyalty on your part to Lana?
Yes.
Would you explain to the jury how that happened and what happened?
Well, there were sort of two reasons that happened.
Please explain.
Okay. Another one of our really good friends was there with me at my house.
Ms. Hoffman, I'm sorry, you're going to have to use the microphone so we can hear you.
Another one of our really good friends was there with me at
I work in the music industry. Oh, sorry. I work in the music industry.
my house.
Had to do it.
And she sort of said to me, you know, please don't say anything about conversations that I'd had with Lana or things that had gone on that I felt it could have, anyway, could have happened. And so when the police were there, I just said the very minimal and to, you know, I just didn't know what to say at that time.
I think you said there were two reasons. Had you given us both of those reasons?
Well, the other one was out of respect for my girlfriend, but
Say Nothing. Is that a movie?
I was just, it was, well, can I also say that the police officers asked her to get out of the kitchen
Okay.
so they could talk to me privately?
This was at your residence.
Yeah.
Could you describe what your residence is like?
Sounds
Is it a
interesting.
large residence or is it a small?
It was a cute little 3-bedroom house.
Okay.
Yeah, and we were standing in the kitchen.
I want to ask you, this is very difficult for you, isn't it?
It's the second worst day of my entire life.
Well, we appreciate you
Thank
being
you.
here. We appreciate you being here, and we know this isn't easy. They had asked your girlfriend to leave the kitchen area, and is that where they continue to speak to you?
Yes.
Okay. So would it be a fair statement, and this isn't, I'm not being critical
Like
in any way in
Broncos.
saying this, but would it be a fair statement to say that you weren't as forthright and you didn't disclose everything to them when you talked to them?
Yes.
And that's for the reasons.
Well, she told me that I should get a lawyer first
Your friend told you to get a lawyer?
before talking to them.
Well, you've never been a suspect in this case, have you?
Right, that's what I said. They're homicide detectives. I probably need to talk to them.
Okay. So you did, but in doing so, you weren't candid with them.
Correct.
Okay. Let us turn our attention, if we could, please, to another particular point in time here. I want to move again now to the time of 2000, 2001, 2002, up until February 3rd of 2003, okay? During that time, you were talking to Lana on the phone, you were being with her on vacations, you also spoke with her in vis-a-vis face-to-face situations, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Did you notice a difference in the manner of the way she would speak to you or in her mannerisms with you that changed somewhat from, say, we use kind of 2000 as the base year, okay, even though we recognize you knew her for 5 or 6 years before then. But if we use 2000 as the base year and move forward, did you notice that there was a change in the way she would talk or what she would talk about, and as well as her
We just had
mannerisms?
afternoon, baby.
As February 3rd, 03 approached.
Not particularly until After her accident with her wrists.
Okay. Do you recall that accident?
Yes, but at that point in time, I was away.
Okay.
But yes, definitely knew about the accident. She called me.
You knew about it because she told you?
Yeah.
Okay, and she told you that she was at a party and broke both of her wrists, correct?
Yeah.
Do you remember when that was?
It was New Year's Eve, 2002. Would that make it 2? Yes, 2002. Then the whole year, yeah, 2002.
Okay.
And I was in Eugene, Oregon.
All right. And that's where you're from, correct?
Yes.
You got family there?
Yeah, but the reason I was there was I was with my boyfriend whose son was playing ice hockey up there. We were there a lot
Okay.
during that time, and she also said, "Pi, go ahead because you have a great relationship. Don't worry about me."
Okay. And you went?
Yeah.
Okay. When you came back from Eugene, of course, you continued your relationship with Lana, correct?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Let's talk about when you noticed a difference, and that was about a little over a year before the
Oasis cat coming in hot.
February 3rd of 03. Is that approximately a correct statement?
Yeah, yeah.
What did you notice different? How did she behave differently? How did she talk to you differently?
Well, it was just that she was so concerned by her wrist that she was not being able to get the jobs that she used to go out and be able to get.
We were just sort of talking about that.
It was very hard for her.
Okay. During that, let's say from 2002 to, let's move up now to 2002, talk about this 14-month period. During that time, did you know that she had financial problems?
Objection, this calls for hearsay. Speculations for...
Overruled. I believe she would be able to say whether or not she was having financial problems. You may answer.
On and off, yeah.
Okay. And was she also somewhat depressed over the fact that some of her friends had been married or were getting married and having children?
Same objection, Your Honor. This is,
Overruled.
hearsay.
It goes to her state of mind, which I believe is admissible. Overruled. You may answer.
Thank you.
Yes.
What did she say about her, let's talk about her financial situation first. What did she say about her financial situation, which led you to believe that she was having financial problems at that time?
Because of her wrists, she wasn't able to go out and get the jobs she used to get. And I'm assuming, I haven't been in acting in a long, long, long time, but there's residual checks.
Yeah, everything, the assumption is stricken. The jury's admonished to disregard it. Please don't tell us your assumptions.
Just tell us.
There's residual checks.
Wait. Stop.
That's stricken. Ma'am, please,
Oh, I'm
if there's no
sorry.
question pending, do not volunteer statements. Listen to the question, answer the question
I'm
directly.
sorry.
All right.
It's okay, so what I'm saying is, what did Lana say to you, what did she tell you that led you to believe that she was having some financial difficulties?
That she was having financial difficulties.
She told you.
Yeah.
Okay. And what did she say to you about some of her friends who are getting married and moving on with their lives and having children?
It was something she really wanted.
Okay. As I understand it, Lana was coming up on her 40th birthday. Is that correct, about that time?
Yes.
Okay. And also, you indicated she wasn't able to get the parts. Did she ever share with you or express to you, and I just want to know what she said about whether or not she felt her career was where it should have been?
Can you just rephrase that one more time, please?
Absolutely. During this same period of time, and we're talking about this 14-month period from February of 03 to January of 02, during that time, what did she say about her career in terms of whether she was satisfied and pleased and happy with where it was?
No, she wasn't as satisfied as she wanted to be.
What did she say to you that made you believe that?
Well, there's just roles and things that she wished she could have gotten that she was in. Bigger roles, and she just loved acting.
And those weren't coming her way.
Well, especially with broken wrists.
Okay. And finally, did you know of a gentleman by the name of L.B., initial L.B., Moon, M-O-O-N?
Yes.
Okay. And did Lana share with you about her relationship with Mr. Moon?
Yes.
Okay, could you just tell us briefly what she told you about her expectations for that relationship and what she told you happened to it?
In a nutshell, she was very excited when she met him and, wanted to perpetuate a relationship. And it, didn't really go in the direction that she wished it would have gone.
Didn't work out for her.
Yeah.
She was pretty upset about that?
Yeah.
How do you know she was upset about it?
She told me.
Okay. So at this time, she was, according to what you've told us, she was acknowledging she had financial difficulties, correct?
Yes.
She was upset that her career wasn't where it was supposed to be.
It's leading, and it's also been asked and answered.
Very well.
Very well. Miss Shorty with another share. Thank you, Lisa.
Were there
Appreciate
like
that.
2 Lanas? Did she have like a couple of different kinds of personalities?
Well, she loved to be on. She had an on switch.
Okay, what was that about?
If she walked in any room, she'd light it up,
Okay,
no matter where. Could be the dry cleaners.
all right. And what was the other Lana?
The one that was my friend.
Okay. And when you say the one that was my friend, was that a different Lana than the Lana who could light up a room?
I love both of them, but there's a more down-to-earth and more vulnerable side with me.
Okay. Can you describe that a little bit for us?
Well, like any best friend that you would have in the world, or maybe a family member, you confide in them, and that's the side that I would see. Not always the good side, not always the good times. When she'd walk in a room, they saw the good side and the good times.
Okay.
I feel that we're going to be here for 3 days with this witness.
During the time that you spent with Lana, I think we saw some photos last week of various festive occasions you spent together, traveling times, beach times together, correct?
Correct.
You knew Lana to drink alcohol and not drink alcohol, correct?
Correct.
Okay. If I were to use the term extremist or extreme, would that have any play in your description of Lana as her best friend?
Objection, that's vague.
It's very vague to me, Sustained.
Okay. Let's talk about it this way. Did Lana drink in front of you?
Yes.
And could you share with us, what was her drink of choice? What did she like to drink?
Objection, that's been asked and answered. I know it's been a few days, but I recall this specific question being asked.
Yes, it was to this witness, and she did answer it.
Very well.
Yes.
Okay. When she, I don't know if this next one was. If it wasn't, I'm sure the court will remind me. When Lana was drinking, was she drinking a lot or a little?
It depended on the
That's
situation.
vague as to time. And it also calls for speculation as broad as it is.
Well, I think you can go into that in cross. I think it's a general question that she can answer, and she can go ahead and finish your answer.
Can you ask it one more time?
Sure. When she would she drink a lot? I'm talking about alcoholic beverages.
Oh. Not on every occasion. Sometimes, yes. Depending on the occasion. Sometimes, absolutely no.
Okay, so sometimes there would be times when she wouldn't have any alcohol.
Started late this morning,
On other
Ember. Good
occasions,
morning.
she'd drink a lot of alcohol.
Sure.
I love the
Did you ever
pictures of
see when she
Gomez
was inebriated?
on the Discord.
Yes.
Okay. And as I understand it, she shared with you the fact that she had some physical problems. Is that correct?
Yes.
This
Some
guy,
aches and
bro.
pains, correct?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Act natural.
Her neck was always out and going to a chiropractor.
He looks catatonic sometimes.
And
like-
her wrists, of course.
Okay. And were there any other parts of her body that she ever shared with you that she had problems with? Her back or her knees?
Well, she had knocked knees.
Okay.
No, I don't remember.
Did you know Lana
What knees?
to ever take any kind of
Never seen a word
medication
before that.
for aches and pains?
Yes,
Did you know her sometimes to take pills for other than aches and pains?
sometimes.
And what were the pills that she would take, if you know?
I'm not good with pills or prescriptions because I'm more homeopathic, but I guess it's things for pain, which is maybe Valium or Vicodin.
It sounds like it's calling for speculation. I apologize for the interruption.
I understand. Please only what you actually know. If you knew
Like,
that she
see
took
her
a certain
Instagram,
drug,
maybe
you can
that- whatever
testify
she
to
just said,
that.
that
But if you have seen her
homeopathics working.
singing, then please don't do that.
Oh, no,
All right.
I didn't know that.
Go ahead.
Okay. Could you, I'm sorry, I didn't, Mr. Jackson was objecting. Could you repeat your last answer?
Valium or Vicodin.
Okay. Did you ever know her to take Valium and Vicodin with alcohol?
Yes,
Did you ever know her to take Valium or Vicodin with tequila?
yes,
When she would mix, and this is not a criticism in any way, none whatsoever by me or anyone else, but when she would take alcohol and consume it, and also take it in combination with Valium or Vicodin, did she behave differently?
yes.
Describe that for us, could you please?
More gregarious.
Okay.
Now we're gonna watch Barbarian
other
Queen
ideas?
One Pill Friday soon.
Sort of demonstrative.
It's gonna be sweet.
Okay. Any others?
Happy.
This fucking guy. This fucking guy.
By the way,
It's like the same
Lana,
wig on that.
I understand, was quite
I got
tall.
my
Is that correct?
thing down there.
Yes,
How tall was she?
6 feet.
Okay. And I understand she physically, and again, I don't mean this other than the fact, I can't think
You
of
look
a better
great,
word.
bud.
She was a big girl, is that correct?
Yes, her nickname was the Amazon Queen.
Okay. Do you know she
Because
was
of
strong
the
physically?
movies, Barbarian Queen, I'm sure, right? Like,
Not
for real.
sports strong,
But physically strong?
fairly strong.
I don't know what physically, if you're sports strong, how would you describe her
I don't know what the
strength?
hell you
In
all are
your own
talking
words?
about.
Strong but not
Physically strong, sports strong, what? Farm boy strong? What the hell y'all talking about? Can she lift something or not? I don't understand.
a baseball player or a, physically.
Oh, Dinah Dew coming through here after 10 months of being a member. That's absolutely amazing. Oh my God, 10 months, best ever. You guys ruled. Thank you. Boom. Get in here. Morning. Love to see it. Let me give you a little bit of love for that real quick. Hold on for it.
Happy anniversary.
That's amazing. That's incredible, actually. Beers and hell yeahs and murder
Happy
churches.
anniversary.
In the chat and then Bonnie Bailey coming through here with a $2 holler. Not only that, she gets on the wheel, Bonnie. Getting on that thing. I opened up this morning with a little bit of singing, everybody. Let me get you on here real quick. And yeah, we are working on a wheel. How many we got? Let's just do a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 more to a wheel spin and giving away some stickers. Yeah. Let me let you know about it real quick. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out, seriously. I'm a little bit crazy this morning. I got my sleep in. Doing it.
One person, just strong in her stature.
All right, thank you. You may proceed.
Okay. Just
She's
on a side
strong.
note, was Lana left-handed or
She
right-handed?
used her strong arm.
Right.
Now, did you know a time when she took a job,
I did too.
and I want to bring you forward from 2000.
Oh shit, that's for
2001
Pumpkin the
to
Cat. I got you.
2002. Okay.
That's
There comes a time when you-
Anybody that does not know, just real quick, Bonnie Bailey just wants her donation given to Pumpkin. Kathy's cat, who is always trying to win here on Publicly Buzzed and just can't get a win. I'm going to put it in there real quick. Good luck, Pumpkin the cat. And then right after that, I see Dinah's coming through. Hold on. I'm going to go ahead and pop you on here. Thank you so much. Boom. Coming through. Yeah. Not even messing around. We already know what's up. 170 on that thing. Boom. 199 rather. Boom, $2 holler. Then Sheila's coming through here all the way from Ireland with $1 to say, what is up? And getting us just a little bit further. Thank you, Sheila. Boom, let me get you on here. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate that. Just a little bit closer.
She took what I'll call a corporate job.
Yes,
Okay, and where did she take that job and who was it with, if you know?
at the House of Blues.
And do you remember when she took that job?
I believe it was
Nice.
December.
Okay, December of '02.
Yes,
And she spoke with you about that, didn't she?
yes.
And she wasn't very happy about that job, was she?
At first, she was very happy.
Okay. Did that attitude towards the job change?
Yes.
And how did it change?
It was hard for her to take a regular job after being an actress. And it hurt her and it humiliated her.
Did it humiliate her because of something she said to you about people that she was coming in contact with at the House of Blues?
Yes.
Would you share that with us? Just turn and tell the jury what it was she said to you about it, that she felt humiliated.
In this town, there are a lot of people that are producers and directors. They come in to the House of Blues. She used to work with them, maybe on a job. Or one of the girls that comes in, she beat out for a role. Now she's pulling out their chair. So it was hurtful.
I get that, but like at the same time,
But
she's
she always put
not.
on a happy face because that's the kind of gal she was.
So we just looked at her IMDb here, and I'm not disputing what this lady's saying. That would actually be embarrassing. I get that. That would be terrible to be put in that spot. But she wasn't an A-list Hollywood movie actress. Like, she just wasn't. And her heyday was truly in the 80s and into the early 90s. By this time frame, when she starts working at the restaurant, come on, like, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I totally understand what Pumpkin is saying here about that being an embarrassing situation that you're now having to wait on these folks. But dude, I think it would be, I honestly think probably, if I'm just speculating and putting this out there, that seems like it would be in Lana's head more than anything, because in reality, these folks probably wouldn't know or remember who Lana was if they did have a meeting with her. Let's be honest there, like how these folks are in Hollywood. So, but again, I'm sure she did think somewhat more highly of herself once she did get these roles and these gigs. And again, the drying up would be a horrible factor. So.
Okay.
Oh,
Would it be fair to say that this did really bother her a lot?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to move now closer to February 3rd.
Oh, thank you. I think we're one away.
Within about a week prior to that, did Lana share with you that she had attended a party and something happened?
Oh, I was there.
Okay. You were there with her?
Yeah, she came because I was there.
Okay. I want to focus in on that if we can for a moment, all right? This was sometime towards the end of January, is that correct?
Yes.
All right. End of January of 2002, is that right?
Yes.
And where was the party?
At our friend's Jeff Franklin's house.
Okay, is that spelled F-R-A-N-K-L-I-N?
Yes.
Okay, Precision. And is that here in Los Angeles?
Yes.
Just general, I don't want the specific address, but just generally, where was it?
Beverly Hills-ish.
Okay, in the foothills there?
Yeah. Sunset Plaza, I think. Sunset Plaza. So not Beverly Hills. Sunset Plaza, I think, is what it's considered.
Okay, and this was a private party, I assume?
Yes.
And was there a gentleman there by the name of Michael Bay?
Yes.
Did something happen between Mr. Bay and Lana
Michael Bay, the
that,
director. Here we go.
occurred at that party?
Yes.
Could you tell the jury what that was?
She went over to say hi to Michael Bay, who is a big movie producer that she had worked with on a commercial, Mercedes commercial. And when she came back to me, she was crying. And I was like, what happened? And she said, Michael Bay just dissed me. He didn't know who I was. And she was crying and very upset.
That's stupid, dude. Like, I'm going to be on. Like, at the same time, I can see her position, and she's like, "Oh, he didn't know who I was." But from us looking out, and we can see what her career looked like, and if she was in this Mercedes commercial and he was either producing or directing it, dude, like, I'm sure she was just there as like an extra. Quite frankly, like a paid actual actress extra. Like, I don't know. Like, I get that would suck, but dude.
Did she say something else to you at that time?
Yes.
Would you please share that with us?
She said, I'm really sick of these people in this town. I hate this town. And I hate the people in it. And I don't want to be here anymore.
When she said, I don't want to be here anymore, what did you take that to mean?
Objection. It's irrelevant.
Sustain. Calls for speculation.
Did she say anything else?
I'm not sure.
Okay. If I showed you a report, might it refresh your memory?
Yes.
Okay. Court's indulgence for a moment, please.
No, that's a great point right there. Dinah coming through saying she was a D movie actress, and it does suck that men don't seem to have an age limit in Hollywood, but women do. And that's exactly, as sad as that is, that's still reality, and that's exactly what was definitely happening in Lana's career, 100%. And dude, she was still a beautiful woman, but like, yeah, like at that point, you know, just being real, why do they put people that are starting to age into different roles, like a mother role, right? Or, you know, she isn't going to be considered the sex symbol anymore. How shitty would that be? Like, I don't know. It's interesting. Great point, though.
You may. These are on spec.
Ms. Laughlin, I'm just going to show you a portion of a report from Ms. Tyndall dated February 28th, 05. Just ask you to read it to yourself, okay?
Mr. Wilson, do me a favor. On the bottom right-hand side, could you give me the baked page number? I'm sorry.
Well, it looks like 936. The last digit, let's look at this way. Last digit is 2.
Thank you.
Everybody just coming in. Also, again,
I'm just gonna
keep
ask you
saying
to-
it because it's fucking crazy. Last night, we raised over $1,000 for 2 different foundations that are being affected because of the fires in California. One of the foundations, the Los Angeles Fire Department Foundation, and then the Pasadena Humane Society are going to be getting a split of $1,000 thanks to the Buzz Nation. That is incredible. Like, I really, honest to God, cannot fucking believe that. Give yourselves a round of applause, because that was a crazy stream, and it ruled.
Hold up! Hold up!
Very proud.
Hold up!
How crazy.
Read this to yourself, if you would, for a moment, okay?
Yes, please.
Just read this part, starting with pi, right there. Just read that to yourself, if you would, please.
He's wearing that wig right there.
Okay.
Yeah, it took him 50 episodes to change his wig.
Yes, this is about the phone call.
This party that you attended with her where she became so upset, this was about 1 week before February 3rd, correct?
No, it was about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. It was January 23rd, I believe. It's always the same weekend as the NAMM show.
Okay, so it was about 2 weeks before that.
Sorry, hold on a second.
I couldn't hear. It's always the same weekend as.
It's the NAMM show, NAMM, National Association of Music Merchants.
All so fucking heavy,
Okay.
Lisa. Jesus Christ. Luckily, I've got smoke and a visor.
Between that particular incident
The
that
eyes
occurred
pretty
in Mr.
well.
Bed
It was
and February 3rd, did you receive a phone call from Lana?
Yeah.
$2.
I know this is very difficult for you. I'm
Finishing that
sorry.
thing off right
I
here.
apologize for causing any
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate
difficulty
that.
for you. Where were you when you received the call?
At home.
Let me get this
And
wheel going.
Lana was at home.
Get a wheel spin this morning.
Again, please forgive me for going into this with you. Could you please turn to the jury and tell them about this phone conversation you had with Lana?
She called me at home, and she was bawling, crying uncontrollably. And she said, "Pi, I can't take it anymore. I don't want to be here. I'm sick of this town. And I want out. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done." And I talked to her. Can I say that? Yes. To calm her down. And she was very distraught and very, very, very upset.
How many days before February 3rd did this conversation take place?
About 4 or 5 days.
So it was relatively close to that date. Court's indulgence for a moment, please. And in that conversation, did you attempt to be encouraging to her, attempt to be a good friend to her?
Yes.
Thank you all so much.
And
Give away some stickers here.
do you
a bit.
feel some guilt today about that conversation?
Yes.
And that's just in part why this is so difficult for you, correct?
Yes.
Would I be correct in saying that the way she spoke to you in that conversation on the phone within 4 or 5 days of February 3rd of '03 was different than the way she had spoken to you in prior occasions?
Yes.
Just something different in her voice
Definitely yes.
and different in the way she said it to you.
Yes.
Your Honor, I have here what appears to be 3 pages. They are photographs. I've shown them to both Mr. Jackson and Mr. Dixon. I would ask the court's permission to mark this defense exhibit next in order.
It would be a Q, octuple Q.
We do not have a copy for prosecution.
It's okay. I've seen it.
You may. So this is a set of 3
It's a
photographs?
set of 3 photos, yes, but it all is actually one document we just did. And this
Okay.
is, I'm sorry, it's Q.
Q, octuple Q.
And may I approach, please?
You may.
Court's permission. Ms. Laughlin, I want to show you something. Would you just take this and look through it quickly and tell me whether or not you recognize this, please?
Yes.
I'm eating today either, guys. Food's looking so good. Oh my God.
Yes.
May I have it back, please? Thank you. Appears to be a calendar, is that correct?
Yes.
And you're familiar with this calendar?
Yes.
We'll start with page 1 and go. We're going to try to get this on the
It's getting bigger. getting massive, actually.
Okay. Are you familiar with this calendar?
Yes, I am.
How are you familiar with
It's mine.
it? And it's a Heavenly Angels calendar, is that correct?
Yes.
For what year, please?
2003.
Yes, see that right up there underneath the word by Valerie Tabor Smith, correct?
Smother me
Yes.
with my
And you
beer.
kept this calendar, is that right?
Yes.
And as you turn each month, there's a picture of a little angel and then the calendar below.
Yes.
Did you maintain the month of February 2003?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
I
sure
trim
you
it
know
though,
the
y'all. Like,
portion of the exhibit
I get tired of it, and it'll be short
for the record. It's page 2.
I've been working on it for a while now.
And is that
I got tired of it,
the
yeah.
pictorial of a little angel for the month of February?
Yes.
Below the
shake
word February, is there additional part to the calendar?
Got a
Yes.
little weight
And
to
what
it.
part is there to the
My
calendar?
head's gonna be a lot lighter when I
It
shave
is.
it. Uh-oh. We got fajitas. The fajita emoji in the chat is for moments like this, folks. If you are a member, help me out. Thank you, Sammy. I appreciate that. Gotta call it after this one right here. Yeah, a little bit of a shorter
Is
murder
this the
church
bottom part
story.
of
I
that
still wanted to get in
calendar?
there.
Yes.
After that show last night, I wanted to do as much editing as I could. You
And the
got
printing, is
carried
that yours?
away.
Yes.
And did you write that on there on or about February 3rd?
Yes.
And I know this is very difficult for you, but could you just tell me what you've written there, please? And again, I apologize for having to ask you these questions.
It's the month that my life ended, as I knew it, and it says my last year, my life is gone and empty, and we lost our angel baby. My heart is broken forever, because she was the love of my life.
And I notice on the 19th of the month, you have something written in that box. And what is that?
Her service,
Okay, with family and friends.
family and friends.
Okay, and then I noticed that on the 23rd day, there's also some additional writing in there. And what does that say?
Our memorial service.
Okay. Just so we complete it, I noticed that on the 26th, you have some writing, a different color, a blue ink,
Another friend of ours passed away.
unrelated to Lana.
Correct.
Your Honor, I need the court's indulgence for a moment, please.
All right.
Wow, Oasis. Bring a new one in. New fill, lower third. I'm gonna try to find a new goal shot. Been rocking that one for 54 episodes. Every 25 episodes, I change the thumbnail.
I just have one other area I want to return to. I need to ask you a couple more questions about the phone call, okay? I'm going to ask you once again to take a look at the report that reflects the phone call, okay? And then I want to ask you one last time what the question, okay?
I didn't say it, Your Honor, this one, that would be improper impeachment. She hasn't
It's not
said,
impeachment.
Yeah, well, I was showing her Instagram earlier a little bit. I just had
and she didn't say she
pictures.
couldn't remember. She very clearly indicated to the jurors what that phone call consisted of.
Let me ask it this way.
All right.
Do you remember the exact quote that Lana spoke to you in that phone call?
Not right now.
If I showed you the report, would it refresh your memory and help you?
Yes.
Dude, right? Dude, he's got some real creepy freaking pics. Like,
Same stuff.
he is a creep.
Could you just
bro.
kindly read the quoted portion here?
My glasses are so tiny. We were talking about recently how glasses are. So what is happening to this man? He's passing out actively. One eye is not working. What is going on, dude? What the actual fuck is happening right now? Sir, seriously. You're gonna have to, oh, it's embarrassing. How?
Excuse me?
Can I say something?
Yeah, you can't speak privately, and if there's a question, you have to say it out loud.
Yo, Carrie, morning, afternoon.
I'm sorry, no, there's no question.
Well, I don't know if she has or she's trying to resolve something in her mind that needs some guidance. I don't know. Mr. Rosen, why don't you ask a question and we'll see where it goes from there.
Let's just, having read the portion of that paragraph that's in quotes, does that refresh your memory as to the phraseology of the conversation with Lana 4 to 5 days before February 3rd of 03?
Yes.
Could you please now tell us what she said?
Objection, I'm going to object to the witness reading from the report.
Right, you can't read
It
it,
looked
ma'am,
like
but
he
if
was
it's
having
refreshed
some
your
kind of
recollection, you
moment,
can go ahead and
right?
testify from your memory now
Oh, okay.
as to what she said. Put the document down if you want. Thank you.
Or if Mr. Rosen could take possession of the document.
Thank you.
Sure. Can you now please answer the question?
She said, I don't want to live anymore.
Yeah, the stories have been wild.
I don't want to be in this town. I want to end it. I don't want to be here anymore.
Those were Lana's words.
Unfortunately, yes.
Your Honor, may I just have a second, please?
May I?
Just a couple other areas. Mr. Plord reminded me, the party with Mr. Bay, that was in 2003, not 2002, correct? I misspoke.
January, yes. 2003, yes.
Okay. And just one final area. You actually spoke with a DA investigator, a Mr. Brian Bennett, on December 6th of 2005, is that correct?
Yes.
And when you spoke with Mr. Bennett, you told him about what happened at the party and what Lana said, is that correct?
Yes.
And you also told him about the phone call, is that right?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Nothing further.
Thank you. Cross-examination.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ma'am, when you were being questioned by Mr. Rosen, one consistent theme throughout your testimony is how, and I think I'll steal your word from you, how gregarious and happy Lana Clarkson was throughout the tenure of your friendship and your relationship with her, correct?
Alan Jackson this morning.
Was that a consistent
I can't get away from this one.
theme of her personality? In other words, when she would walk into a room, she would light that room up?
Yes.
Okay, she could put on a happy face even in the worst of times, correct?
Oh, yeah.
And you're in the music business here in Los Angeles, and we've had some conversations before with a couple of other people, some writers and other folks here in Los Angeles, and everybody seems to agree, and I bet you would too,
Thank
that
you
Los
very
Angeles
much.
can be a
Ned
tough
Smith,
career
welcome
town
in
for
here.
those in the entertainment industry.
Some beers in the chat for Ned Smith getting in here. Thank you, Dinah. I appreciate that. Fuck yeah.
I'm telling you like it is, baby.
I'll give you one of these right here.
Welcome to the party, pal. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. New people in here that do become members, go check out the video section. You will enjoy it. And I think that starts us with a fresh will. Thanks to Dinah. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Boom. Love it. I always love to get some new folks through here. Love it.
Yes.
You've had tough times yourself.
Sort of, yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
Man.
after 2003, yeah.
Okay, there's ups and downs, correct?
Yes.
All right. There's ups and downs with friendships.
Yes.
There's ups and downs with business relationships.
Yes.
There's ups and downs.
we
when
got a wheel to
none of it
spin
has
here.
anything to do with anything personal, but just
Right after
business.
this
I mean,
ends.
sometimes you can't get a band that you
12
want, or
minutes.
folks don't show up at a club you're promoting, correct?
Yes.
All right. And that's sort of the nature of the business, correct?
Yes.
And you knew throughout the tenure of your friendship with Miss Clarkson that she had her ups and downs too, correct?
Oh, yes.
Sometimes she would land a commercial or an infomercial, and that might be great for her career, and sometimes she'd have a drought, correct?
Yes.
But through it all, kind of a consistent fiber that ran through the weave of Lana Clarkson was that she would put on a happy face and she would get past that moment, correct?
Yes.
She had kind of this glorious vision of the future. Things would be brighter after the next bend in the road, correct?
Oh, yes.
And that was part of why you and probably your friend, the third of the Musketeers, Miss Hayes, enjoyed being around Miss Clarkson so much, correct?
Yes.
Even when you were down, Lana could bring you up. Is that right?
Oh, yes.
I'll bet you could tell this jury some stories about when Lana had those halos, I think that are they're some medical device pinning her some 21 or 26 fractures in her wrists. Even when she's walking around with her leopard skin sling over her shoulder, you might have a bad day, yet you'll call her, even with her broken wrists, to make you feel better, correct?
Yes.
And she could always provide that kind of wonderful
welcome
part of
in.
that friendship for you. Is that right?
Yes.
And you knew that she could do that for others as well.
Oh, yes.
People like to have her at parties. People like to have her over at their house because she could make other folks around her feel better about themselves, correct?
Always, yeah.
And even she would even do this, ma'am, when things in her life weren't necessarily on the most even of keels. Isn't that right?
Yes.
As we're talking, as we're visiting here for a second, you're smiling. These are bringing back good memories of Lana Clarkson for you. Is that right?
Yes.
And you would probably agree with me, ma'am, that your memories of Lana Clarkson, as you glance up at the screen and saw the photographs of y'all in Jamaica, I think, and of y'all at birthday parties and y'all at New Year's parties, that those were really good times for you, for everybody involved.
The best.
And you smiled when you looked at those photographs back then, and you're sort of smiling now, thinking of better times, correct?
Correct.
All right. You were somewhat devastated when Miss Clarkson was shot and killed, correct?
Well, I'm going to object to that question.
When she was shot to death.
Beyond somewhat.
Thank you.
I'm going to object to that question.
Obviously, one
Who's
of
the
the
someone?
most important days in the life of your relationship with Miss Clarkson was, and I don't mean important good, ma'am, I mean important, it could have been very, very bad, and I imagine it was very, very bad, was when you found out that she had died.
Yes.
And it was just within hours of that that a member of the Homicide Bureau at the Sheriff's Department came and paid you a visit, correct?
Yes.
And I would imagine, as close a friend as you were to Miss Clarkson, that you sort of expected that.
Yes.
You expected somebody at some point to come talk
This
to you.
trial's
and
gonna go
give a
all the
little
way to
more
the next
information about
Karen
Miss
Lee
Clarkson
trial.
and begin to kind of put together a picture of who Lana was, correct?
Yes.
And it was obviously
It's
important to
crazy,
you
right?
to let these homicide detectives, Detective Tomlin and Detective Fournier, the taller of the two, let them know what you knew and what you could provide to them about Miss Clarkson. Is that right?
Yes.
And you wanted to be as honest and forthright as you possibly could. Is that right?
Yes.
You indicated that there was another lady with you in the house. Is that right?
Yes.
And she was somewhat insistent that you not talk to the police or something. I think that's what you said, correct?
Yes.
But at some point, y'all were separated. Is that right?
Yes.
And you were able to talk to Detective Tomlin kind of personally and privately. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Detective Tomlin asked you certain questions about your relationship with Miss Clarkson, not unlike I'm asking you now and not unlike Mr. Rosen asked you before. Yes?
Yes.
He conducted the interview, I'm assuming, with, we've all met Detective Tomlin, with some respect and some sensitivity to your loss.
Yes.
He wasn't overbearing or mean or nasty to you.
No, not at all.
Pretty nice fella, isn't he?
Yeah.
He was taking notes as y'all were speaking.
Yes.
Okay. When he asked you about your relationship with Miss Clarkson, you relayed a lot of the same information that you've relayed to this jury about the length of time that you knew her, the closeness of the relationship. Is that right?
Yes.
And then Mr. Tomlin, or Detective Tomlin, began to ask you a couple of questions, very specifically, very pointed questions that were probably hard to hear and hard to listen to about her death, correct?
Yes.
All right. He asked you when the last time you'd spoken to her was?
About 3 days before she passed.
And he asked you about that, and you told him that, correct?
Yes.
Okay. He asked you how much time you had spent with her in the last months of her life, say 2 or 3 or 4 months preceding her death, correct?
I don't remember.
You would have no quarrel if that were, well, let me put it this way. You would sort of expect that would be part of the question.
I can't do anything but creep me out.
Sustained to the last question, the answer is stricken.
I'll rephrase that. Did you talk about the span of your relationship with Detective Tomlin and indicate that y'all were friends all the way up until the end?
Yes.
And Detective Tomlin specifically asked you a couple of questions, ma'am, pointed toward Lana Clarkson's frame of mind before she died. Is that right?
Yes.
All right. And specifically, Detective Tomlin asked you, and this is just hours after Lana Clarkson died, before you had a whole lot of time to think and everything set in. This is kind of your gut, honest reaction to the questions that he's asking you, correct?
Happy anniversary, 6
Sort of.
months.
Okay. He asked you specifically. Was there anything in Lana Clarkson's personality, or was there anything that you noticed about her that suggested to you suicide? Isn't that correct?
Yes.
And you specifically answered his question, correct?
Best of my knowledge.
Okay. And specifically, you said, absolutely not. There was nothing in Lana Clarkson that would suggest suicide. Didn't you tell him that?
Probably.
No, excuse me, Your Honor. Yes. And this quotes. That's not what she said.
I don't have the statement. I can't answer.
And Your Honor, I wasn't quoting. I was paraphrasing, and I was asking the witness if that's what she
And she
related
said
to Detective
probably.
Tomlin, and she said yes, to the best of my
Calm the
memory.
fuck down, Rosa.
Then you can redirect, Mr. Rosen. Thank you. You may proceed.
You indicated that Lana Clarkson was, in fact, not suicidal to that set of or series of questions, didn't you?
Because I was told
Okay.
that that's what I should say.
All right. I know you told Mr. Rosen an explanation for it. I'm not asking you your explanation. I'm going to step a step backward. I'm asking you, tell the jurors, what did you tell Detective Tomlin about Lana Clarkson and any reference to suicide?
I said I would be surprised.
In fact, you said that
That's interesting.
she was not suicidal, correct?
Don't remember that.
You indicated that, Detective Tomlin went on and asked you a few more questions. Okay, well, since she wasn't suicidal, according to you, let's talk about depression. Was Lana Clarkson a depressed person? Do you remember him asking you a series of questions about that?
Not really.
Do you remember you answering to a series of questions that Detective Tomlin asked? The only time you'd ever seen Lana Clarkson depressed was a year ago when she broke her wrists.
I probably said yes.
Okay. So in your conversation just hours after Lana Clarkson had died, during your conversation with Detective Tomlin, and I think Mr. Rosen touched on this, you specifically told Detective Tomlin that Lana Clarkson was not suicidal, and you specifically told him the only time you had seen her depressed was when she broke her wrists, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And once again, you did indicate to Detective Tomlin what a remarkably gregarious woman Lana Clarkson was, correct?
Yes.
You also had conversations with other friends in the weeks and months after Lana Clarkson's death, correct?
Yes.
And during those weeks and months, ma'am, you were specifically at a get-together. I think it may have been Anne Marie Donahue's wedding, where Rick Brody was there, correct?
I guess.
Okay. Do you remember being at that function with Rick Brody?
I remember the wedding. I don't remember if Rick was there.
Okay. Do you know who Rick is?
Yeah.
He's a friend. He's a colleague, someone that you converse with or chat with if you were at the same function, correct?
Yes.
You've seen him many times over the years, correct?
Not many.
Well, when I say many, I mean more than once. In other words, you didn't just meet him on one occasion and never again, correct?
Correct.
I mean, you know who he is.
Yes.
All right. It wouldn't be unusual, since y'all run in the same circle of friends, to be at the same function with Mr. Brody.
Yes.
Did you ever say anything to Mr. Brody about your views concerning Lana Clarkson's death?
I don't remember.
Okay. Do you remember being at a function wherein, and if it was the wedding, fine. If it was another function, that's fine too. I'm not trying.
Pammy finally showing it off. 9 months. There we go. Holy shit. So yeah, well, I've got to pause here one more time. Sinead in here 6 months. Absolutely incredible. Let's go ahead and give her one. Give her one of these guys right here. Hold on, where's she?
Happy anniversary.
And then right behind it, 9 months coming in, Pammy.
Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Love that, man. Yeah, the crews that come through, stay deep in the membership. Woo! And you can see by the side of the names, the longer you're in here, you get new little, I don't even know what the fuck they're called, but those little, I don't think those are emojis technically, but the little pics next to the names. You see the classic, the pink logo in there. You see the Murder Church logo. I need to get the new logo that's on the hat here in there maybe as maybe the next level. It hits at like 3 months, 6 months, something like that, 9 months.
To tax your memory that much, but you were at a function and you were actually carrying Lana Clarkson's picture with you.
Rules so freaking hard.
Do you remember that?
All that goes to Gypsy.
My club.
You were at your club?
Yes.
Okay, was that the function where Mr. Brody was there, or do you remember?
No.
Do you remember being at a function, specifically at a wedding, where you actually carried around a picture of Lana Clarkson and were talking to a few people about Lana that night?
That's right.
Do you remember anything about that?
Oh, Seagate.
Okay. Do you remember telling Mr. Brody
getting on that wheel, Seagate.
Something to the effect that...
May we approach him? Excuse me?
Seagate, get in here.
Actually, why don't we go ahead and take our recess at this point? Ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind the admonition,
We're
and we'll resume in about 10 to 15 minutes. Thank you.
I do want to see where we're going next. Just real quick. Going into part 3, which is 38 minutes. Doesn't seem like we maybe have too much longer left with Pumpkin. And, but yeah, we're going to have to do that next Sunday. Maybe we'll do something like, maybe we'll go into this on Tuesday. I don't know. You have to stay tuned. Everything's been chaotic for quite a while, man. After the holidays, it's hard to get back in the flow of stuff. But we're doing it. And if anybody didn't see Feral Friday, seriously, or last night's stream, incredible weekend of streams. Feral Friday was off the chain with watching Toxic Avenger on Kick. Everyone had a great time. It was fucking fun as shit. And then yesterday, last night, raising over $1,000 for 2 amazing foundations that are fighting the fires in California right now. Crazy, crazy. Buzz Nation couldn't be prouder. Let's spin a Wilski real quick, and we're going to give away some stickers. Again, I'm inside of a frozen tundra. That picture is now on X. And if anybody didn't see that out the gate, look at how much snow we've gotten in the last week. Just real quick. You see that? Look at that. That's insane. That's a porch or a table on my back porch. Oh shit, right before we spin this wheel, another person wanted to get on the next wheel. Kathy, 420, Pumpkin and I are enjoying watching Witness Pumpkin with Buzz Nation. Hell yeah, I figured Pumpkin would maybe even be a little bit pissed off. Like, what the hell? Who's this? Who is this bitch? Who is this bitch? Pumpkin, loving it. Kathy, thank you so much. On the next wheel, and Pumpkin has a chance to win this one, Kathy. So, Pumpkin, if you're watching, and I know you are, good luck. And Pumpkin is a cat. Pumpkin, I'm sure, is a huge fan of the Kitty Priest right here in the Buzz Nation. Again, this is one of the stickers that is on the line. Let me turn this green screen off because I've got folks can see me. Boom. There. I'm naked. Oh, God. Boom. Naked. I'm naked. All right, let's go. Let me tighten this wheel up. Good luck, everyone. See, the writing is perfect. Oh, shit. I was touching it. Hold on. Give me a good one. Ooh. It's a good one. That's a gin. I think that's Jersey Gin. That is. Jersey Gin just picked that son of a bitch up. Ladies, and it was right next to Pumpkin. Pumpkin was so close. Right next to it was Pumpkin in the yellow. Oh, my God. Dude, Jersey Gin. Well, you know what? That's perfect. I told Jersey Gin to get with me either way because Jersey Gin has absolutely been incredible. She's been so helpful, so awesome. A super giver here in the Buzz Nation, and you know she deserves some stickers, so I was going to get those to her either freaking way, but you just won those officially. Hell yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind?
A little bit. Yeah, love it. So yeah, Jersey Gin, get with me. Let me put this in here so don't forget. Again, I've got to get some stuff rolling. BGOG, Cheney, I've got your stuff ready to go. I know I keep saying that. This week has been crazy with the freaking weather. I've been trapped in the house for most days, other days, and freaking Pokemon, Missy. I have some stuff from them in the mail I have to get. We're going to do it. We're going to do it here, but let me get a winner on here. Gin, stickers. Boom. Love it. Incredible morning. Incredible evening. Incredible whatever the fuck time it is. Midday. Afternoon. Not any of those things. It's afternoon. I finally got there. Here we go. All right, everybody. Yeah. Oh, man. Johnny coming through here at the end. What's up, brother? Amber coming through here. Good to see everybody. Everybody have a great day. The next time you will officially probably see me will be Tuesday night. But keep an eye on everything because I've been wanting to do some reaction videos of some of these crazy interviews that are coming out. Specifically 2 Joe Rogan interviews. One with Mel Gibson, which looks fucking crazy, dude. Like he's completely out of his mind. And then the one with Mark Zuckerberg looks fucking insane, too. So I don't know. We'll keep an eye on everything. It really comes down to time, though, to see if I have time to do these things. I am about to finish up a wrestling video for Wrestle Plunge, my second channel. If anybody is not on there, I'm going to put the link in there right now. Later today, there will be a brand new video, and I know what you're thinking. You're like, wrestling? Who gives a shit about pro wrestling? I get it. I'm a pro wrestling fan, but the one unique thing that I have as being a pro wrestling fan, and I'm talking a super pro wrestling fan, I have followed pro wrestling for so long that I know a lot of the deepest, darkest, craziest, wildest stories out there. And the one that I'm going to be presenting here today on that channel, I'm going to try to drop that about 4 p.m. Eastern time, is a very dark tale. It's a very true crime-esque tale. So yeah, if you could show it some love, I'd really appreciate it. But let me just get you the link real quick either way. And I do put a lot of time into working on the videos on this channel. Like I said, this is like a 3-weeker, but that's just the channel. I haven't even got the video completely finished yet. It's right on the tip. That's why I was up so late last night. And then I've got my notes here that are just a couple of things that I need to freaking fix. But thank you guys so much. Buzz Nation, we're doing it. Thank you for last night. Everybody keep your eyes on all socials. Love you guys. Let me just make sure I'm not missing anything real quick. Hold on. While I was going crazy there. Let me just make sure. Yeah, Johnny. Dude, it's true. Like, again, just go check those out. I already have a bunch on there. If you go and check those out right now, one of them that I try to like maybe point people to Andre the Giant. Andre the Giant is an incredibly famous person. You know, whether you like wrestling or not, that one is insane because it's a story about Saddam Hussein, who threatened to murder Andre the Giant in 1972 in Iraq. It's an insane story. I have loads of those. I have loads of stories just like that from the wrestling world. But all right, I'm going to stop. Well, get the hell out of here. Let's have a great day.
Nothing to see here.